Hey, Fred here. Welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. I'll tell you, as I start vaping more and more, I feel like I'm doing nothing but charging batteries all the time. And what's really sad is I'm sitting here at my desk vaping, with, any of these devices, which, work on batteries, and I'm around electricity. So, I got a solution. So stay tuned. A watch battery never boils. But the solution, here it is. It's a USB variable voltage pass-through. There it is. Ain't that cool? I've been, even though it's in the package, I've been using this thing for a couple of weeks now, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This thing has saved me from having to charge batteries as much, because I'm sitting here next to, USB plugs that I could plug something in and then put my tanks on this side and puff away. And the only inconvenience is you got a wire hanging, but you know what, it's definitely worth not having to sit here and recharge a battery. Plus, these batteries don't have an infinite amount of recharges in them. You only can charge them so many times, and then they just will no longer take a charge anymore. And you're throwing these away somehow, and I know some of you probably just throw them in the trash, and there's a lot of bad things in there. And also, then you have to buy a new one, so someone got to make another one of these with all the bad things in there, and they're probably some poor Chinese person in a factory having to make these, being exposed to all these chemicals. So let's take a close look. Just wanted to start out with a close-up so you can sort of see the business in there. But really simple. It just looks like the top of any normal Eagle style battery. Like, here's an Eagle battery. You can see how they look almost the same from here down below my fingers, but you can see you would have battery all here. Here you just got a wire, and on the other end of the wire, is a USB plug. And you can plug this in. I wouldn't plug it into a computer. Just plug this into a wall wart. Any USB wall wart is fine. And I just want you to see how long the cable is. It's not an extremely long cable, which is one of the issues I have with this. Not a big issue, because I have a big USB extension cord. So I'd recommend that you get one of those if you want to stray far from whatever your USB powering device is. Alright, so what do we have here? Well, you have a 510 thread up here, and you can see it does have like little cutouts to make sure air could get through if you just put let's see, like a cartomizer right there. So you can see there's holes left there for air, and that would just simply go in there. What else do we have? I have a tank. Here is a tank filled with some of my favorite e-juice or smoke juice. Today we will be vaping the Red Oak line of Johnson Creek, the domestic blend. Oh, I love this stuff. Ooh, it's really good. Alright, so anyway, you just screw the tank on like you would any other battery. You screw it onto this. The other end you plug into your USB. Now I'm going to plug this into my USB extension plug. I hate that. You never know which way to plug it in. I know someone invented one that you could put it either way. And you can see the little light blinking there. Now, I did mention this is variable voltage, right? So, how do you change the voltage? Well, when you first plug this in, it's blue. Let's take a close look at this really quick. You can see blue, 3 volts. And if you push the button a couple of times and it will cycle through these other voltages, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But purple is 3.6 volts, and then you could turn it, go up to 4.2 and it turns red, and then you could go up all the way up to 4.8 volts and it turns green, this button right here. So you press the button, it works just like any other manual thing right there. See? Now I can up the voltage. So let's say I want to go up to 3.6, which is purple. I just hit this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I gotta do it faster. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So you press it quickly 4 times, and now you can see it's sort of a purple color. It might not show up on camera, but rest assured it's purple. Now let's say I want to go to red. 1, 2, 3, 4 really quick. Yep, and it turns red. So now we have a red. And let's say I want to bump it up to 4.8 volts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turns green. Now I got green. So that's all. And we're vaping. You want some? That domestic is just delicious. Okay, so really, it's not going to be an extraordinarily long video, but while I got you close, here's another one of my little irks. I wish it had a little bit of reinforcement where the wire comes in here, because I'm willing to bet that the eventual failure of this device will be because I yanked this too hard. Okay, no jokes about that. Anyway, how much did I pay for this? I paid the unbelievable low price of $5.50 from a place that I'm not too fond of ordering lately, and that's Fast Tech. $5.50. If you get it from a US vendor, I know that Vapor Kings has them for about $15 if you don't want to deal with the long waits and possible temporary storage at the Hong Kong post office for a couple of months. If you don't want to deal with all that trouble. And I'm sure you can find, if you do a Google search for variable USB pass-through, right there, USB variable pass-through, put it in just like that. You'll get a couple of links there on a Google search. You can find them. Now there is one out there that is not variable, and it sort of looks like, let me get something here. I know I'm not prepared, but I like doing this sort of off the cuff now and just have some fun with you guys. I think it makes for a more fun video. But it sort of looks like this, but it has a wire coming out, and then you put your tanks on it. But it's basically a modified 510 little battery like this with a cord coming out. Don't get it. The button failed right away. It sucked. I used it like 10 times, if even that, and then it broke. So get this guy. I've been using this for about 2 weeks. And it's worked flawlessly, and it saved me from having to stare at this all day. Alright, so let's wrap things up. Wait a minute, this is a vaping video, and I didn't like vape once in the whole video, so that's wrong. That's just wrong. I love this domestic. I love Johnson Creek. I'll tell you what, I have not had one juice with Johnson Creek that I did not like. I mean, I just love them all. I hope I said that right, because I get screwed up with double negatives anyway. Look at this. I got a dirty tissue here on my table, because you know when you're vaping, you always got a tissue full of juice when you're filling up and you're making a mess and whatever. Alright, well, I hope you found this useful. I hope you get this and save the environment. You know, keep yourself from having to charge a million batteries. You know, if you're by a USB port, why waste one of the cycles of those lithium batteries, which are sometimes hard to find, and it takes a long time to charge, takes forever. So stay vapey a lot. And I hope you have a great evening and a great weekend. Take care. And, oh, almost forgot. And I appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber. I think the vapor is big to my head. And especially you. and I hope you have a great weekend. Take care.